What's up, guys? This is John Parker here with Vital Metabolic. I'm at Locomotion Athletics here in San Diego, California. A special shout out to the High Elite community. We are trying to bring training tips and health tips and everything else to our community, everyone who loves this type of lifestyle. So with that said, today I want to talk about the Kettlebell Windmill. Let me just show you one of these first. Kettlebell Windmill is a unique exercise. What I'm gonna do is kind of look up at the kettlebell, move my hips to the side, rotate in between the legs, coming right back up. That would be one repetition. Why I love the Kettlebell Windmill is because you get really good thoracic rotation, so it can help out with mobility in the upper back, really loading the hips, the low back, and the obliques, so it's a fantastic core exercise. In addition, you have that straight arm, so really working the stability of the shoulder, okay? So what I just showed you is kind of a standard StrongFirst style windmill, but we have plenty of variations that we can come from. So let's just go through the first three. Now, when you're starting a windmill, I would recommend just a nice clean, pressing overhead. First thing I wanna do, give myself a sassy hip, okay? See how I just slide my right hip out? Now I'm really loading up this right side. I'm always gonna keep my eyes on the kettlebell to make sure it stays balanced. As I push my hips back, I'm gonna let my shoulder rotate in between my legs, and I just keep thinking, push the hips back all the way into a horizontal position. So I'll do 3 reps for you. Okay, that feels nice. Now, we have a couple more variations, and one of my personal favorites, we'll call this a square stance windmill. Why I like this is because you don't have to pivot your feet from side to side, so it makes it much easier to transition from exercise to exercise. So, with that said, my favorite combo is something like this. A full snatch, right into a windmill. Okay, looks smooth. On this variation, you can keep your feet as you would a normal kettlebell swing or a kettlebell squat. I'm about shoulder width, toes slightly pointed out. When practicing this movement, come from a clean, nice press overhead. Watch what I'll do with my knees. I'll have a soft bend in my knees. I'm gonna cue myself the same way. As I rotate my left shoulder in between the legs, I push the hips back. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. You can see with the other side, with the other arm, I'm grabbing my opposite leg for a little bit more stability. On this variation, like I mentioned, you can transition from exercise to exercise as needed without shifting your feet at all. So a lot quicker transitions. Let's go over one more. This is an advanced windmill variation. I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, but it's gonna be from a wide stance. So when thinking about a windmill like this, think of a yoga type movement. What I'll do, I'll snatch the bell overhead, make sure my feet are nice and wide, and it's similar to that square stance windmill. I'm gonna come all the way down, knees stay straight, rotate in between, and all the way down. So guys, this is more of a party trick windmill. It really loads up the hamstrings quite a bit. So really careful when you try that variation. So let's just talk about all 3. We had the standard StrongFirst style windmill, then we went into a square stance windmill. And again, I love that one because you don't have to change foot positions. And then finally, we did the wide stance windmill. So grab your favorite kettlebell. You might need to practice with just body weight or even a shoe on top of the fist in order to get this movement. Really work the shoulder packing, flex the abdominals and obliques, and always push back into that hip on the same side that you're doing a windmill from.